Click. Life is a blur, a massive story without definition. It can be pointless, meaningless, and unintentional, but pause to focus your lens and moments will develop. As a kid, my life seemed simple, supported, serene. I would run around in circles with my parents as my lead. Cradled and close to home, I felt like I belonged, safe and secure in their arms. I didn't know what fear was. There was no need for change as I saw through my childlike eyes. Click. But as I grew, it came time, and they knew it was now that I could fly. My first day at school was a little frightening. I reached new heights, adventures that were trifling, exciting. In the corner of the schoolyard, I saw another boy feeling the same way as me. He was someone I related to. He understood from where my problems stemmed. He was someone I played with, and we always played pretend. Click. I always felt alive and free, like a light weight with no worries. He lifted me through problems and took me on new journeys. My favorite game was pilots, flying through the air, but it was hard to fly with only two. That's when she appeared. She made me feel like no one had before, a confident friend and ally. There was no person that I trusted more. With her, I felt no need to hide. After a while, we tumbled and crumbled. Click. Laughing in the mist of our haze, my pal got our backpacks. It was time for him to leave. We said our goodbyes. Now it was just us in the skies. We spent time talking or walking. We stared at the sky for hours and hours. We painted pictures in the clouds, creating fantasies we wished were realities. Click. We didn't realize how the time had passed by. It was getting late. I had to depart, get my start back home. I don't want to leave. Just stay with me. I promise will never leave. Look at the sky. Paint a picture. See, you will always find me. Not every moment is picture perfect. Sometimes I felt alone without a purpose. Darkness surrounded me, and all I could hear was constant yelling. It was like a storm that never stopped. With waves too overwhelming, their conversations never dropped, continually swelling. It would build and build and build until, hey, it's okay. Mommy and Daddy are done now. Go back to sleep, my little blue jay. There are parts of the story I don't understand. I knew Daddy would get angry, but I never saw. Sometimes Mommy seemed distant, almost in another space, like a weird existence. She never found home base. If I had known how far gone she was, I would have tried to stop it, but I never got the chance. All I got was a glance at Ghost Dance. Why didn't someone tell me in advance? I could have stopped it. Click. Can you sing me a bedtime lullaby, Mama, like you used to before? Can you kiss my forehead, Mama, before you close the bedroom door? Why don't you want to talk to me, Mama? I miss the sound of your voice. Mama, can you please say something? I guess if you don't, it's your choice. Even though you're quiet, Mama, I knew what you were going through. I understand why you cried now, Mama, because I'm hurting too. Do you know I still love you, Mama? But I hate you for what you've done. You put tears in Daddy's eyes, Mama, and in the eyes of your son. I thought you said you'd never leave, Daddy. You said we'd be pals, you and me, but you broke your promise, Daddy, like you broke this family. I think in some sick way my dad blamed me. He couldn't face reality. Mommy's death was a fatality to his functionality. I needed a release, and I think he was aware. He gave me an MP3. Click. Thinking it would take me somewhere. My dad was taking me to a place. I had a feeling I knew where. Said he needed some space. If only I could see his face again. He left me in a facility to be parented by faculty. Welcome to my new life, foster care dysfunctionality. I met my secretary. She tried to talk me through the process, but all I heard was white noise. I was somewhere she'd never access. A constant reel of rejection running through my head, a repeat of realization continually filling me with dread, terrifying revelation was the conclusion that I reached. When can I go home? This was my home. It didn't matter anymore. Wherever I was, I felt alone. I didn't have a home. I almost missed the home I once had, the warm love that most children take for granted, a love that comes with birthday candles burning so bright and extinguished so quickly. The eeriness was a tangible perfume that was stuck to this room with no way out of a constant lurking gloom. When you left, music was the only thing I had left. Felt like it's the only thing that made sense. Music, a safe kind of high, a medicine to the mind. I turned it on to listen, to hear a song without repetition, and to swell in the rhythm. Turned out I had a lot of options to choose from, lots of names I've never seen before. One of them was Paramore. Figured the best way was to pick at random, so the first one I clicked was a classic anthem. Too instrumental. It was all right, just not my type. Out of curiosity, I clicked next. I just had to find a song I could jam out to. This wasn't it either. Perhaps something with a beat or rhyme to make me feel like my mind is going down a water slide.
Shit is all coming at you, yo. Start to scream out loud. Wu-Tang's back for more. Yes, the hour's more. I told you before, prepare for mic fight and plus the Cold War.
This rhyme digests through the RZA console. X, Y, slam, non-diagram pole. Big one, drop the bomb, punch back. Notre Dame, rolling arms with bronze. Who the palm, kick around and blow the extreme.
Not bad. The search continued on. The music was uplifting, having my ears filled with new flavors of.
But tonight I'm gonna give it one last time. Rock you strong in these arms of mine. Forget all the regrets that are bound to follow.
Well, there goes the flavor. My search finally came to a stop when I found a band with a good drop. The vocals the man produced was the first time I'd been introduced to a tone so alone. It really put me in the zone. The room was cold, but inside I felt warm. To find more. It was like a blood-infused drum. A new objective came to me I never wanted to unplug. It was beautiful and liberating. I felt the feeling of freedom, fighting for some way to fathom abstractionism. A realization of rejuvenation arrived. I got a need for inspiration to receive motivation. Fear of hesitation and desolation left my characterization. I no longer had the formation or felt the segregation of everything that happened. She asked me if I was ready to go back to school, so I did. Back at school, everyone seemed so nice, like nothing had gone. Then out of the blue, she came through, embraced me and asked me, "Where you been? I missed you." I'm sorry, I've been gone so long, I never meant to leave. I've really missed the clouds. and you hanging on my sleeve. But you knew I was with you. If you looked in the sky, you could paint me by your side. It took some time to catch her up, and once it felt complete, I knew there was another friend I would have to meet. She tried to warn me, but I never listened. She was simply worried. Thought I'd get stuck reminiscing. I guess I should have known. An unkept wound will only grow. I hit the ground hard. It wasn't really something I was expecting. My head felt as heavy as a barge. All I could do was guessing. He seemed like a little rougher than the boy I left behind. But I still wanted to be a part of his crew, but I was going in blind. Stay by my side and you'll be fine. You didn't like anything I did. I tried. Believe me, I tried. My fair-weather friend who was supposed to support me. You let me down this time. You put me behind. A struggle to understand you. A hurry to please you. He insulted me with every curse word he could find. I thought you should know words hurt. Begins with just one word. A one-word blurt. Useless. Ugly. Was I your biggest fear? This is when enough is enough. I'm sick of this facade, sick of playing tough. They don't know what I've been through. They may not have known, but if only they knew. I used to put on this fake smile and pretend I'm okay. I believed I could make it all the way. I know how much the words offend. I have to piece myself back together again. That's when someone reaches out and gives me a hand. Click. The person who has the courage to take a stand. This smile I gave isn't one that's fake. That's one reason I don't have to ache. I guess a friend is all I need, a person that's there for me when I'm alone. Because a friend was all I ever needed. If I was alone, someone would be there to stand with me, someone to support me. Their words of defense stood out like a shining star. If you were having a bad day, why didn't you just say, hey, I'm not having a good day, instead of calling me names or telling me how much I didn't fit in? Because maybe I am stupid or I don't fit in. Maybe there's a reason humans have eyelashes, because people also should comb through everything they see. Gets to the point where everything builds up. Like a bottle of soda dropped down a set of stairs, it has to eventually explode. So I became a temporary monster. Back to foster care. I had to give up, not wanting to go on, having lost all hope. Maybe it would be better if I was gone. Time for the rope. I'm already broken through and through. Alone by myself, there's nothing you can do. No one will notice me, I'm not here. Just leave me alone and I'll disappear. Nobody will even know at all. I'm practically a shadow on the wall. I don't want to hurt myself, it's not my nature. But maybe death is my only savior. Goodbye. I entered the world alone. I'll exit the same way. They say your life flashes before your eyes right before you die, like someone rapidly flipping through a scrapbook. I saw all the good and all the bad, but I guess that's what stops you. The memories that gave me purpose. I wanted that for other people. Click. Skateboard. I found a purpose to give memories to other people. Click. Girl. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. A picture, one memory. But sometimes a word can be worth 1,000 pictures. A memory, 1,000 pictures. It's amazing when you find a passion, something to look forward to, something that brings you happiness, something that makes other people. I used to think the world was ugly, full of hopelessness and failure for me, until I looked at myself, and that's what changed. And that's what made all the difference. This poem is my true selfie. It's some x-ray of the inner me, a snapshot of reality, my close-up of what's really me. Sam.